Robert bought 1,000 company A shares at $10 per share, and fortunately for him, positive news about the company gets released, pushing the price to $12. As time passes, positive news keeps surfacing and the price skyrockets, initially to $20, then all the way to $30. This increase makes people greedy, so new investors pile in, not because they believe in company A, but rather because they see how much money can be made, with the price reaching $50, $100, $150, and finally a blow-off top of $250. The price only spends a bit of time there, however. Investors who bought low decide it's time to sell, and since there isn't enough hype left to fuel a rise, the price crashes to $150, then $100, and once that level is breached, panic kicks in and everyone runs to the exits, with the price ultimately ending back at the $10 the craziness started from. What did Robert do during all this time? Well, he held, and the higher prices went, the wealthier he felt. When prices were at $250 briefly, seeing that the shares he paid $10,000 for were worth $250,000, Robert decided it was time to get an auto loan for a nice car because, after all, he could afford it. But could he really? Unfortunately, no. Subtract $10,000 from $250,000, and you do indeed have $240,000, but they are only so-called paper profits, or to use more formal terminology, unrealized gains. As both names suggest, they are profits he could have had if he sold at $250 per share, but since he didn't sell so as to turn them into realized gains, they were pretty much only numbers on a screen that didn't bring about real-world benefits. Robert felt wealthy, but it was only, you've guessed it, paper wealth, with the only things that are real now being that the price came back down to $10 and the fact that he got into debt to buy a car he seemed to afford on paper but now realizes he can't. Simple concepts, simple conclusion. Don't let paper profits, aka unrealized gains, prick you into thinking you're wealthier than you actually are.